guitar friend? It's guitar friend Tim. Welcome back. We've got today Stevie Ray Vaughan and B.B. King on stage together playing a really rare version of Texas Flood that I had never seen before. I think you're going to enjoy it. Here's what you're going to get from B.B. today. Major and minor blues masterclass. The subtlety, the vibrato, so satisfying. And I'm pretty sure Stevie's playing differently with B.B. on stage. For sure, he's got one of his heroes backing him up and playing the fills after each one of his lyrics. It's almost like he's singing differently and he's playing a little bit more like B.B. and then he drops into some of those classic Texas Flood licks. We'll look at those. We'll scoop up some more moves. There's a third blues legend on guitar who isn't listed in the title of the video, but stick around for him. He appears in the third act. By the way, if you want more videos like this, we do daily workouts in my membership area. Just check out the links below. You get a 14-day free trial. We'll see you inside, and let's get started with Texas Flood. We're going to look at some Stevie Ray and B.B. King. This video that I have never seen before. I just went Googling around today and found something pretty exciting. And I think we're going to get a ton out of it. Right off the top here, Stevie is going to lead the way. Imagine being the leader of a band here, and some of your heroes are just there backing you up. Not a bad day at the office. Yeah. Yeah. Stevie. Let's check out that intro. One thing to notice right away is that, Stevie, he's probably tuned down half a step there, and he would normally be playing this like what would be G for him, but it would sound like F sharp for us. So I think in order to jam with everyone else in standard tune and the special guests, he's probably playing it in G sharp, and he's just his usual half step down. So he's graciously kind of joining there. That's because I thought I was going to have to tune down a half step today, but then I was like, oh, hold on, he's playing this in what will look like just regular G for us. Thank goodness. Let's go back to the top of this and listen to how B.B. is playing the role of playing the fills. Stevie's carrying the main intro, the main riff, and then he's going to come in and sing. It's beautiful. So that main opening lick there, it's been a minute since I played it. This is not going to be exact tabs. This is going by ear, and I would encourage you, even if you do know this song, just see how far you can get with your ear. Something to that effect, and got the amp buzzing, all that goodness. So that's a beautiful, major G. He's grabbing a bit of major pentatonic for G there, and then he's got this major third because he's playing that really nice, right? And then he does this, as far as I can tell, he's hitting that right there. So very much emphasizing like the major pentatonic notes and just the major tonality there. And so just to get your bearings, that's where the G is. There's another G right there, G right there. And of course, we can see our typical minor pentatonic box is living around there. We're going to be spending a lot of time there as well. But the blending of major and minor is one of the things that makes Texas Flood sound the way it does, right? Comes out with this kind of like old, it's a cover. So it's got this sort of old sort of jazz standard almost quality to it. Let's hear some of these fills that B.B.'s doing in between here. Right there. He's waiting. Yeah. Stevie takes that fill. So just right there, the interchange, the conversation begins, and the sort of understanding of the roles that they're going to be playing. So Stevie comes in with that opening riff. And then B.B. waits for that. And all apologies from me just right out of the gates before we get too far into any of this. Obviously, I'm just doing my best. I'm neither one of these people, and I don't got the exact tone or all that, but I'm just trying to have fun and grab a few pieces there. It's more about the strategy and the sort of the musicality of it. So there's that opening lick, and then B.B. comes in some of those pieces, and then when Stevie goes for his run, he goes to the minor pentatonic. That area there of the box one. I'll try to switch to that sort of neck pickup without introducing too much apocalyptic buzz. Stevie. Now you see Albert Collins back there. Oh, we got Albert Collins waiting in the wings. Yeah.
Down in Texas.
Yeah.
All of the telephone lines are down.
All right. Stevie is singing his ass off, and a lot of people don't give Stevie as much credit as he's due as a singer. But I think part of what's bringing a little more out of him is that he knows he's singing in front of BB, who, you know, another underrated singer. BB, for as much as he's known for Lucille and his vibrato and his guitar playing, was an outstanding singer and sang with such energy in that, and that kind of shout singing, that the belting or whatever the technical term would be, that Stevie's really leaning in and holding out those notes with his singing. And then it's creating almost for a while there, they're riffing with Stevie doing the vocal and then BB doing these fills in between. Yeah, crowd loves it.
All of the telephone lines are down.
And you hear BB with that beautiful, that bend. Like, I got to see where he's playing that, because that's a really good, I'm just starting to kind of come around to that. Like, I think he might be there. So you're going to be seeing a lot of action happening up here, particularly from BB. Let's see if I can get this spot right. Right, and this is going to be like the masterclass in coming from BB in major and minor, because that's what he does so well, right? He's posting up on that G note right there, right? And he's going to be, of course, playing like some of that sweet sounding major right there. So I'm circling that note. That's that. And you know who? Everyone is influenced by BB, but you can, you know, what song is this, right? It's like all the way down the line, the lineage, or like, you know, Clapton doing the. So that's a really great spot to have. It's very different than if you were to have down here built into box one. So find your way up to this one. Be able to find the root for whatever key you're in to be able to play it on the second string, and then you'll have this. And don't underestimate it, because it's not just purely major or purely minor. You've got this. Sweet and spicy right there in one spot.
Down in Texas. All of the telephone lines are down.
One thing that BB did that was important on that 4 chord there, when we go to that C, he does. And so those would be chord tones that come right out of, if I were to play this, I'll take off a bit of that overdrive, that C7 right there, 8th fret. So you see that really emphasizes. So even though you might be thinking like, oh, okay, cool, I'll find this spot and I'll just go off to the races and be playing they're not always the exact same moment. You got to listen for the changes and play those little subtle differences, right? Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Oh, yeah. He's giving the look over to Stevie. Stevie's going to take the next solo. I love it. I love it. I mean, like, if you could just start mixing in just even that, just for the fun of it. Let's just play along with just sort of a dumb little simple backing track. But let's imagine if we were to just sort of like play the BB King game, right? Being able to play a lick in the middle of the neck and then shout it out by hitting that high octave up there. You're going to be able to do that. You got to be able to rake across muted strings and then just hit the one string you want, right? And then work your way down to that box one, which is a great way to finish a phrase. So think of your phrases in the middle as your singing range. And then when you want to almost play like a horn line, a stab up there. through it by sort of finishing off a phrase. So try to work more of the range of the neck so that you've got this like story in progress up here. And see if you can just do a round or so next time you play the blues with that in mind, where you're going to work like the middle, the high, and the low, and treat them each with a sort of attitude of like a singer or a horn player, or, you know, like a call and response type of game. That's where it's at. Yeah. Playing that turnaround, the sort of... Handing it over to Stevie. Here goes Stevie. So there's two opening licks there. He kind of starts off in the land of BB. So they're on that second string again there, right? And then it goes... Then sort of more in the classic Stevie Ray, Texas Flood area. Right? That Albert King sound, right? Such a perfect example right out of the gates of doing the major and the minor blues type of thing, right? Right, he opens up there, and then he goes down the... So sometimes people get, you know, kind of cute with it, and they say, oh, this is the House of Blues, that's the BB house, and then whatever gets you there, it's fine with me. But I would just say that when you go there, you just got to make sure that you've got a different approach and mentality to the bends, so that you don't just go waltzing in playing the exact same approach. Because, you know, obviously, if you're playing it the same way in those two different spots, it would kind of come across a little bit funny, right? So this other one is right here. Okay, so it's important just within these overlapping, and they call it sort of the House of Blues because it yada, yada, yada. It sort of looks like a house and a roof. You get the idea. So here's our root. And one way to just sort of like keep your bearings on this is that when you're down here in this lower one, that's the more minor blues sounding one, and you're going to post up your third finger there on the root. And then that not only does that sort of like give you that walk up there, but it gives you that positioning so you can really bend the way you're going to need to bend to have your third finger with the help behind it. So one thing about bending that a lot of people sort of get their wires crossed to begin with. Sometimes people think that bending is about that lead finger doing it all by itself, just like, ah! And if you treat it more like it's like the bench press and you got a couple helpers, these spotters coming by, your fingers that are below the bending finger are essential to be able to hang on there, and they're just going to help push it. And rather than thinking that you have to curl your fingers and push it as if you're all trying to push a sled together, it's more like turning a doorknob, right? So you just sort of get your fingers that are lined up on that string, and then you just rotate your hand like that, right? And it's a much easier move with a lot more leverage, because it's not just about trying to get to the pitch you want to get to. You got to be able to get there, hold it, and maybe add some vibrato. So watch, the vibrato is that sound. Now to be able to do that subtle wobble there while you're fully bent there is going to take more than just getting there. You got to be able to stay there. So that's that. I mean, I'm nowhere near where Stevie can get all those really, but it's fun to try, and trying's what we're here to do. That right there. So he's kind of mixing and matching between like his sort of classic Albert King style, and then he gets the more kind of BB King thing, which is great. A little homage on the way. Little box one. Let's hear that turnaround again there. So So he really sort of slaps it, or I guess he sort of like pops the string. And I'm just kind of showing you the right hand there. He uses, like, he's not just picking there, he's really grabbing and popping the string, which gives it, and I think he's probably switching to the bridge pickup at that point. And look, if any of this stuff is wrong, it's like, yeah, I know, I'm just winging it. I'm not looking at a book. I'm just sort of going by feel and just trying to find my own thing as we go. So I want you to do the same thing. Just try to approximate and then land in your own style, right? So I think I hear him hitting that spot right there, which what's kind of cool is that up on the chart right now, we actually don't have box 1 exactly filled in. We've got pieces of it, but now we're going to see the whole thing. And what I'm trying to show you there is that, remember, your roots are here. As you hit that turnaround, as you hit the 5 chord, and just to reacquaint ourselves, we've got G, C. These are our only chords, right? And so you're going to be playing G7, C7. You're going to be playing a D7. You might be playing a D9. Like when they come around to the turnaround, the D9. This is like, it's that shape right there. So you're going to... So those are those tonalities. As you hit that D, that D7, whether you're doing a D7 or D9, you're going to have that note. So that hitting that chord tone to have it stand out right there, you don't have to. But on the turnaround, that's a great opportunity to do it, right? All right, before we dive into Albert Collins' solo, if you're enjoying this, you can feel free to subscribe. My name is Guitar Friend Tim, and I'm just doing these every now and then to react on the fly to some people that I love listening to. We got Stevie Ray, Clapton. Last week we did Knopfler. But yeah, you know, treading into the water of jamming along with heroes is always it's risky business out here on YouTube. But I hope you understand that, like, where I'm coming from is just like finding your own sound with it. And this is how I grew up playing guitar, was playing along with people I loved. And so go boldly into that. If you're wondering if you're allowed to do it, like, yeah, follow my lead. If you see me getting torched out here in the comments, I'm all right. I'll be fine. I know where I'm at. Here we go. Nice. Yeah. Listen to that approach, that sound, that just sort of stinging quality. And I don't know a lot about how Albert Collins would tune up his guitar, but I'm just going to approximate because I feel like he might be down. I don't know if he's in a different kind of tuning, but the capo thing, what I do know for sure is that gives you a slightly different sound, because you can get a real sort of that quality of like an open string kind of snapping. And you don't have to be worrying about, you know, being the bar. So you can just be getting these really like expressive sort of hammer on and pull off. So I'm switching here to all the way down to the bridge pickup. Now let's hear some of these phrases. He too is already mixing in some of that major and minor blues there. That fingertips. Right, that. So using the fingertips and really walking it like that, and just what he was playing right there is playing that major, another major blues note there. So that's going to be the major 6, and then up to the 9th. So if you had on the capo and you were just doing the major, let's play along with our little backing track here. And then go minor. Go into the major. So really getting after it. See if the next time you jam over a jam track, you can take on a persona almost and grab and make a composite of what you're hearing. Like that's how your heroes learn. So don't think that the way forward is to just like be overly respectful and be worried about playing the wrong notes or playing with the wrong tone or the wrong gear. Like frankly, fuck that shit. Like find your heroes, find what you like about what they do, and then play with all of your heroes in your head. That's the imagination game that you're entitled to. Go for it. You got my permission. Who am I? I don't know, but I think I'm sort of like you in some ways in that we're both on this path and we're having fun. That's what I'm here for. Every weekday, my members and I go live together for about 15 or 20 minutes, and I'm literally your coach. We do a warm-up. I run you through some new riffs that you can start using, and then we just jam for a bit. And you can be on the other side of the screen doing your own thing, or you can be commenting and checking in with people and have a good time. You could also watch any of the workouts at your leisure. We have over 100 of them recorded now, and you can search them by topic, so you can zero in on something that you're looking to get better at and go deep. For more information, just head over to guitarfriendtim.com. The link is in the description. Thanks.